Well, BronyDan, or Pronoun every pony, this is BronyDan. It's not original, but you try covering originality these days. When anyone leaves a long-running series, the reaction can go both ways. Some are saddened by it, and some are overjoyed by it. But what's important is that if they leave an important impact on you, they will never leave.
Does that mean your views on Rose Tyler and the 10th Doctor have changed?
Oh, fuck no. The only impact those two left on me was the impact of my vomit hitting the toilet. The reason I bring this up is because this episode that we are reviewing is actually going to be the last episode written by Amy Keating Rogers, who has been with this show since the very beginning. So let's see how she ends her MLP run with the main attraction. We start off by seeing Applejack overseeing the setup of a charity rock concert. Just think of it as the Live Aid concert of 1985, but on a smaller scale. And also, Pinkie Pie has managed to book the biggest pop star pony in Equestria. And that's not Sapphire Shores. Considering she's supposed to be the pony of pop, that seems unlikely.
I have booked the one, the only, Countess Coloratura!
Who in the hay is Countess Coloratura?
My friends have been freaked!
Oh, sorry, I've just got an electrical current running through the grass. Don't ask me how I've done that, I just have. While Applejack claims that she doesn't know who Countess Coloratura is, she does remember an old friend of hers who was called Coloratura back when they were fillies, who she called Rara. And she also had a talent for singing in an alto range that seems quite impossible for your average 8-year-old. So yeah, it totally couldn't be the same pony. Nevertheless, Countess Coloratura arrives, looking like Lady Gaga, and she's voiced by Broadway star Lena Hall. Now, if you've been watching my show long enough, you will know that I love musical theatre, so when I hear that we were going to be getting an actual Broadway singer on the show, I was hyped as hell. So I went to see if I could find anything that she's done that I was familiar with. And so far, not really. The only memorable thing that she's done that I know of is Cats. But nevertheless, it's going to be nice to add her to my list of West End and Broadway performers that I know of, including Michael Crawford, Con Wilkinson, Michael Ball, Elaine Page, George Hearn, Patti LuPone, and Kerry Ellis, whom I have actually met and worked with, so that was cool.
Clear the way! Step back! Keep your hooves and tails to yourselves!
Ah, yes, so we're also introduced to her manager, Sven Gallop, who I think may be related to the Yaks back in Party Pooped, due to how much of a single-minded and unlikable asshole he is, considering how he insists that everything has to be perfect for Countess Coloratura.
Floral arrangements from the Royal Canterlot Gardens, chocolate eclairs made by Gustave Legrand, a selection of crystals from the Crystal Empire, freshly picked cherries from Cherry Jubilee's farm, separated red from yellow.
Oh, wait, you've forgotten the gems from the Diamond Dog's mine, some poison joke from the Everfree Forest, and some carrot cupcakes with sprinkles. Okay, the connection being these were all references to Amy's previous episodes. Well, it's time to see the Countess perform for the audience, and it's everything I hate about modern music. Honestly, folks, strobing lights, choreographed dances that add nothing to it, fucking auto-tuning! Will we ever go back to the days when pop stars actually performed in a realistic manner? Plus, is that Flash Sentry dancing with them? I guess the Royal Guard's pay really isn't that good. Well, Applejack decides that maybe she should go and address Countess Coloratura about how Sven Gallop is managing her for his own personal gain. But she doesn't take it well.
Sven Gallop has always supported me in all my interests. You're just saying those things because you're jealous.
Really? You throw in the jealousy card? Why does everybody think that's the best retort when people are trying to help you? But Applejack is never one to quit, so she tries a different tactic and plan with Countess Coloratura. Okay, this is going to be a bit of a mouthful now.
I was considering maybe canceling the contest with the school ponies?
Cancel the contest for the fillies and schedule me a spa treatment. Now that I don't have to oversee a rehearsal with those brats, I have time for the works.
You know, Sven Gallop has been described as one of those characters that you just love to hate. But that isn't the case. I just hate him. But they finally call him out on his bullshit, although I do have to wonder what type of magic allows Twilight to video record. I mean, what, does the magic just sort of connect to her cornea and we're just getting her own literal eye view?
All this charity and school pony contest nonsense is just remnants of that boring little rah-rah I met back in Manhattan.
You know, I'm just wondering, how exactly did Sven Gallop meet Coloratura? It would have been quite interesting to see how these two met in Manhattan, and how exactly did Sven manipulate her into the pony she is now. It's just one of those little details that I think this episode could have needed. Well, since Sven has walked out on his client, Coloratura begins to panic about how she's going to be a failure, and for the remainder of this episode, I'm just going to call her Rara. But Applejack manages to convince her that she'll do fine as we move everything to stage for the final song.
For I had believed what I was sold. I did all the things that I was told.
Oh, curse my healthy lifestyle of not smoking because I could so use a lighter right now. Honestly, I just struggle to come up with words to describe this song. It actually hurts me to edit anything around it. I know this sounds so overrated, but it does have a let it go vibe in it, both in its musical style and its lyrics. This is where the bulk of the moral for me is in. Rara is finally able to express who she really is underneath all the glamour that was forced upon her, and how she could just stay true to herself in what she believes is right for her.
And let the magic in my heart stay true. And let the magic in my heart stay true. Just like the magic inside of you. Just like the magic inside of you.
Definitely a coloratura, said Gordon.
There really is nothing else to say here, so let's just get to the summary.
I'm here.
Oh, what an episode for Amy Keating Rogers to end her MLP career on. It was nice to see an Applejack episode that wasn't based around her own conflicts or her family, and Rara herself was also a likeable character. I think I would have liked to have seen more of Rara's backstory, as I think that could have helped push the moral further. That's not a bad thing, that's just something to take into consideration. But the songs are what sells this, especially the magic inside, because when you get a Broadway singer, you better go all out, and I'm really glad they did. This is BronyDan saying, Nostar, but not just to you guys, but to Amy. You started on an Applejack episode, and now you are ending on an Applejack episode. Everything has come full circle. We're gonna miss you, and good luck at Disney.
Equestria, the land I